Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lulua Tech Designs, and I'm your boy Lulua Mark. Today we are going to have a new project, and this project is going to focus on roofing specifically in Revit. So we're going to learn the different types of roofings in Revit, and you will be able to appreciate the different designs that we have for different types of roofs. We shall learn how to use roof by extrusion. We shall do roof by of course footprint, and of course there are things like the facer board, the gutters, all those things where we will be able to understand them in this project. And I welcome you once again. If you have not subscribed to Lulua Tech Designs, I think this is the right opportunity to do so, because we have so many videos that are coming up, and of course we have full projects that are already here on this channel. So please make sure you subscribe and share with your friends. As we get to this project, this is the interface of Revit. I have opened my Revit, and this is Revit 2026. It is the latest Revit we have. But if yours is not the latest, you don't have to worry, because their interface are almost the same, except a few things that have been modified, especially in 2026. But the changes are really not so much significant that you can get stuck along the way. Yeah, so I've already opened my project. This is the interface. I have my properties, I have my project browser, and of course these different tools. If you have not opened yours, you can simply open the Revit software. If you come to this file, you can click on the file, and then you just come to new. You should be able to open a new project. So if you click on this new, for example, like this, and it brings you to this option, and you click on this drop down, you don't see the architectural template. You simply come to this browse button, you click on it, and then you come to this preview, you click on it, and you select the English. Select this English, the first English, and then you come to this default metric. You click on it, it should be able to open for you the default metric, and that is the metric that you are going to use for your project. However, I have mine already open, so I'll just close this by canceling it, and then I can go straight to the design. So of course we don't want to waste a lot of time. For you to create a roof, you first of all need to have what? A house. You can't create a roof without a house. So I'll come to my architecture, and the wall tool, I'll pick the wall. I'll simply draw. I'll use my rectangle to just draw a wall like this. So not be really too big, because yeah, something like that was really big. So something like this size. Let me bring it in the middle. I'll just drag it like this, put it in the middle. Of course, I'll close this, come to my 3D. Sorry, I created some roof there. So let me just delete that, delete everything off. Yeah. Now, when you come to your 3D, you should be able to see a box like that. This is, of course, our house. I'll simply right click on this. I'll say select all instances visible in view. I'll reduce the wall height to, let's say, 3.5, just like that. Now there we can do our what? We can do our roofings. So this wall is in level 1. So we can go to, I think, level 2, where we shall be able to draw our roof. So what you do, you come to architecture, you go to your roof. The first roof style we are going to draw, we shall use roof by footprint. Click on roof by footprint. Then you come to these pick lines. You can pick lines. Then of course we shall give it some offset. Let's say an offset of 200, just like that. And then you pick the exterior sides of the house. So when I click finish and then I come to the 3D, I should be able to see something like this. However, I don't know why it keeps drawing it away from let me try that. Okay, okay. I guess we shall cut off plane none, level 2. Okay, level 1. Okay, now I guess I'll just have to let me see what I can do here. Now of course, sometimes when you create your roof like this, you'll need what we call parapet walls to close these areas up, Let me see what we have here in the elevations. Okay, now I understand why the roof is a little bit high. In the elevations, we are having the wall to wall height at 4 meters. That means we need to make our walls 4 meters high. So I'll come to this 3D, select one wall, go to select all instances visible in view. I'll make this 4 meters, just like that. So now the roof is sitting exactly on the walls. Now after creating a roof, you can actually edit it. You come to edit type here, then you can duplicate it. You just you can put it as a roof or any other name you prefer. Then you can edit the structure from here. Then of course, this structure you should be able to give it a thickness. First of all, mine is 15. Then you can give it material. For example, if I say I'm doing tile, I can just look for tile, or I can I can search for roof. There are tiles, there are iron sheets, so roofing tiles, these damp proofing. However, if you want to get more options, you come to this create new material. You click on it, you create new material. You can rename it, let's say roof. Then I'll ignore the graphics for now. When you come to appearance, you click on this button to open the asset browser. From here you can search for roof. It will be able to give you so many options of the material you need for creating a roof. Now here when I click on roof, you see all these options that we have for creating our roof. We have iron sheets, we have tiles, we have all these sorts of materials. So let's first of all go with the previous iron sheet I selected. I think it should be this one here. No. Let me see where it has gone. I think it's here. Now let me just go with that. I've closed that part. When I come to graphics, I think I should just make it a little bit brown, like that. Then okay. So when I apply, I say okay. I say okay here, apply, okay. Then we should be able to see a roof like that. To be able to see a roof like this. So now when you have created a roof like this, actually I'm going to delete this roof because we try to change something that has affected how the roof is sitting. So I'll delete that. Then now we come to our level 2 where we're supposed to draw the roof. You go to architecture, roof by footprint, and of course we go to the peak lines. We wanted the offset to be 200. So we shall just now click on the exterior sides of the wall, and the roof we have created should be within here. So after clicking on the drop down, you can look for the roof you have created. I'll just select it, and one thing we can do here is to control these slope angles. Now you realize currently the slope angles are 30 degrees, which I believe is a lot. So let me just put here, let's say 16 degrees all round. 16 degrees. Let me see if this one changes here. Here also 16 degrees. Then here 16 degrees. Now we can click OK. When we come to our 3D, you should be able to see something like this. So this is called a hipped roof. It is the first type of roof that we have created. And now after creating a roof like this, you can, of course, there's always what we call facer board, there's soffit, all those things you can create them here. Now to create those ones, you come back to architecture, you go to your roof. Now we can do, I think, soffit for now. Let's try soffit, and the level is of course 2. Let me see. It is not accepting. It is not accepting. If I click there, it is not accepting that. Let me try and change the level. So back to architecture, and of course you need to escape if your process has been aborted. So architecture, roof, you go to soffit. Let's try level 1 and see if it will accept. Now this one has accepted. So now when I click on that part, it will place a soffit there. Then if I click on this part, let me see, let me turn it like that, like this, and then this part here, like that, and this one here, like that. Now what we can see here is this thing has been placed down here. It has been placed down. Now let me just come to my properties and change the level to level 2, and let's click OK. Now you see our soffit is here. It is sitting above the roof, but of course now from here we can control the what? We can control the level where it is sitting. We can either take the roof up or we can bring it down by just changing this offset here. You can change the offset. Let's say the offset should be negative 200. You see now by negative 200 it comes down here, but of course it is still big. We need to first of all make it reasonable. I'll just change the offset back to 0 so that it can be up here. Then we shall come to this edit type. It is still active, so we can edit the type, and the soffit is really just a small wood that I don't think should be able to, it should not be this thick. Right now it is 300 millimeters, which is thicker than even the wall, but that should not be the case. It's just like ceiling that is underneath the roof, that extruding part of the roof that is towards the wall. So we can duplicate, we can say soffit, however the name. So here we can just say, let it be, let me just say 20 millimeters. And then the structure, I'm going to do, let's say just wood. Let me use wood. I just search for wood and I can select any wood here. However, you can also create a new material for it the same way you come to create a new material like this. You right click, you rename it, can say soffit. Then of course here in the appearance you can do whatever thing you want, and then in the appearance you can open the asset browser using this button. From here you look for, I think, wood. It will give us all forms of wood. I can select this wood here, then any of these ones really. I'll just close this, and the graphics, I think I need to change it to that color that we're expecting, that one there. So I'll just apply, I'll click OK, then OK, then apply, then OK. So now it is really small. I don't know if you can be able to see it, but it is here. This is our soffit. It is this one here that has been highlighted. So now you can see it is here. And after that, we can let's try, we go back to architecture, roof, and this time we're going to do fascia. Fascia is basically fascia board. It's commonly known as fascia board. So you click on that, you just come to the face of the roof, then you start clicking. It will start placing your fascia board just like that. So that's how you can create fascia board on your roof. Now this fascia board, of course, you can also edit it. If I select one, let me just select one. Of course it will select all of them. Then you come to this edit type, and here you can still duplicate. You can just say fascia board. I don't know if this is the spelling, something like that. Okay. Then of course here you can only change the material. You can create a new material as usual. You rename it, you say steel wood, we shall use wood, or we can even use the same wood that we have created for our soffit. So I can just search for wood here, or I can search for soffit. I'll select it. That means we shall use the same material. I'll click apply, okay, apply, okay. You'll see your fascia board is here. It has been created and it's looking good. So this is how you can do that. The next thing that we can create here is the gutters. If you have created the roof like this, you need gutters. Gutters are basically those structures for collecting rainwater from the roof. So you go back to your architecture, roof, then you come to gutter. And then from gutter, you just click on these edges, these top edges, like that. It will place a gutter like that. If I click here, it places a gutter. Here it places a gutter. Now it is not placing like that. You see that? So now we have placed our gutters, you see. So now any rain that comes or any water that falls here will be collected in the gutter. Now you can create your duct somewhere, and these gutters will channel the waters to the duct so that you can collect it either in your tank or in your manholes or wherever you want to collect your waters. So now the duct, the gutters, you can also edit them. After selecting that, you can come to edit type, and of course we're seeing here, let's say ports. Now from this part here that is saying course ports material, when you click on the ports, you should be able to create your own material the way you want. However, I'll just go with what we have. Maybe I'll just change the colors to something like a little bit brown, gray, something like that, and just apply, and okay, that is all I want to do here. Template apply to the view. So yeah, when I apply, I click OK. That's basically what I can change there, but of course it has not been reflected here in terms of the colors you want. But yeah, this is how you can place your gutters on the roof edges to collect rainwater. So this is what we call hipped roof. Now we can also create what we call a gable roof from this hipped roof. When we come to our level 2, I think if you want to create a gable roof, for now I'll just delete these ducts and all these other stuffs, even the soffit, but it is sitting a little bit down, so it's hard to select from here. But now if you want to create a gable roof, you can start with this hipped roof. When I click on this, I come to edit footprint. It will give me these these 4 angles, so slope angles. Now if I want to create a gable roof, I can just click on this angle. I come to this define slope and I uncheck it. I click on this side, I come to this define slope, I uncheck it. If I click OK, I come to my 3D, I will be able to see what we call a gable roof. You see that? Now this thing that is appearing here is the soffit that we created. If I delete it, you'll be able to see through. Should be able to see through this to the other side. So this is a gable roof. This part is the gable that is being talked about. When the gable is covered, it becomes as a hipped roof, and this gable here will be closed with what they call a parapet wall. You design a parapet wall to close this. So to design a parapet wall, I guess I need to do that for you. You can come to your roof level. For me it is the level 2. Now I can just come to wall. In that structure you look for wall, then you can create your wall here. You can just create one wall here like that, and then you can create another wall here just like that, here like that, and then you come to your 3D. You realize the wall is going beyond the roof, right? The wall is going beyond the roof. Now if I click on this, if I come to this attach, if you say attach to the base, let's say, now that one has taken the roof, you select there. If I say attach to the top, if I click on this, it will take away the excess part of that wall. So on this side, I'll also click on the wall. I'll come to this attach. I'll say attach to top. Then you select the roof. It will remove that excess part of the wall, and you have your gable roof well protected and covered up from these sides. So this is how you can create your gable roof from a hipped roof. And of course, the gable roof also comes with those facer board and stuffs like that. So yeah, this should be it for the gable roof. And the next roof we're going to learn is what we call lean-to. Let's go to let's first select this roof. Then we edit footprint, we go to level 2 where the roof is. Now for the lean-to, it only pours water, or it slopes only in one direction. You realize most times it slopes towards the the front part of the house. Most times people do that. They make the roof to pour water towards the front part of the house. So we shall just, if we want it to slope here, if we want it to pour water here, I think we are supposed to uncheck this one. Yeah, let's uncheck that and see what we have. Come here. No. Okay, this is, we have done the opposite, but still it is the same because we don't have any face of this house. So any side where it is sloping can still act as the face of the house. So basically, you just uncheck one of the slopes and it will now make this roof to pour water only in one direction. And this is called a lean-to roof because it is supposed to lean on one side of this house. And you also use the parapet wall to cover up this side here. So we can go to level 2. We come to architecture wall, create a wall here to cover up that roof, so that it creates that wall for the roof to lean on. So now it is this part here. That means the roof is leaning on this wall because it is sloping all the way this side, so it is leaning here. But of course, you already know how to cut off the excess part here. You just select the roof, you come to attach, you go to attach to top, then you select the roof. Like that, it will be able to delete off that wall, and you have your lean-to roof. Of course, we used to call this French cut. I don't know where the name came from, but they used to tell us it is called a French cut. So yeah, this is how you can create your lean-to. And of course, most times this lean-to, you realize the parapet walls extend up to the top part. So you just increase the height of these parapet walls. For example, this one has the unconnected height of that. If I increase this to, let's say 8200, let me see what it can do. It is going backwards. But of course, now this one, since it has been attached to the top, it will of course it will not give you what you want to achieve. But if you want to extend the walls up, you don't attach them, because when you attach them, they become like one object. They are linked to each other. That means you cannot move the other one. So you don't have to attach them in case you want to increase the height of the parapet wall later. So yeah, that is, I think, it for the lean-to roof. Maybe just to show you that, let me delete off these parapet walls. I'm going to delete them off. I'll just delete them off. Then I'll come to the level 2 where I can create them. And of course, this roof, you edit footprint. For the lean-to, the roof is not supposed to be from the outside. It doesn't have, most times it doesn't have those offsets that are off the exterior side of the wall. So we can just pick these interior sides of the wall, just like that, just like this. Then I'll delete the exterior ones. Then I'll remove those slopes. I'll uncheck the slopes where I don't want water to pour. Then this other slope here, I'll just make it 5 degrees. Then okay, when I come to my 3D, I'll be able to see a roof like that. So this is our lean-to roof. Now we can use our parapet wall to cover up this roof. So you come to this level where you do the roof, you go to your wall in the architecture. So when I create here, I can create wall all around, just like that. Can create walls all around. Then when you come to your 3D, you should be able to see, of course now these ones are really abnormal. I'm going to select all instances, or I can use the control to select multiple, like this, one at a time. Then I can just say 1000 millimeters high. So now it has hidden, though we have not erased this part, but it has already hidden the roof. I can bring this one further down to, let's say, 200 millimeters, just like that. Now you're going to start seeing the kind of house you people have been seeing in the villages, where the parapet walls are designed in a certain kind of way. Now when I come here, I can select this parapet wall. I can split it. Let's say I'm splitting it here. And then when I come to this level, I don't know which one. Now this, I can make this, let's say, 500, something like that. Are you now seeing what we have been having in our homes? So yeah, we can do the same for this side. I can come here, then I'll just split. I don't know if it should be aligning. Anyway, for now, let's just do it for the sake of learning. But of course, when you're doing this, you're supposed to do it perfectly. You just change the unconnected height, something like that. Then this, let me just do it 100, really something small. So now that is how a lean-to roof is supposed to look like. And this is the pure French cut that we have been talking about. Mostly people who have shops in the villages, that is how their roofs are designed. It's a lean-to with this kind of parapet wall. I think it looks nice. So the door will be just here. So this is what we call a lean-to roof. And with the modern way of designing houses, people now change this lean-to roof style. They make it as hidden roof. So making it hidden roof is just a matter of extending these parapet walls to hide the roof all over. For example, here you realize someone will increase this to, let's say, 500, just like that. And if you look at the roof, you can't see anything. Or they can even make this 1000, or maybe this one. Let's first bring it to 800 and see if it can still cover the house. Yeah, since it can cover, we can make all of them 800, just like that. This one goes to 800, then this one comes to 800, this one, and this I'm using control to select that 800. So now it becomes like a box. Of course, when you are not seeing the top part, you from down you cannot see any roof. That's now what they call hidden roof. If someone is here, they can't see any roof, but we have our roof. It's basically just the lean-to roof that is hidden. These days they call it hidden roof, hidden roof. So hidden roof are mostly lean-to roof. So yeah, that should be it for this type of roof. Another type of roof that we can learn about is what they call butterfly roof. So let me just select this roof. I say edit footprint, I come to level 2. For butterfly roof, we can just say we are designing 2 roofs. Let's just divide this roof into 2 around here. Then I'm going to use my trim. I'll trim this to this, I'll trim this to this. Then of course I'll just remove this slope because I want it to slope there. Now when I click OK, I come here, I click OK, you realize okay, we want it to slope inside. Let me just delete these parapet walls for now because we already know how to create them. Now let me just do this. I'll come to edit footprint, I'll go to this. Then if you want to bring back the slope, you can just click on the line, you come to tick this define slope, then let this one be, this time I'm putting 15. Then I will remove this side just like that. Okay, now when you come to your 3D, you'll be able to see something like this. Then back to level 2 where we're going to create. So we can just click on this roof, and then I can even say mirror. I can mirror this roof instead of drawing a new one. I'll just mirror it like that. I'll have done what, created a new copy of this roof. When I come to my 3D, I'll be able to see a roof like that. Now this is what they call butterfly roof. The roof is supposed to pour water in the middle. All the waters are collected from the middle, and of course now with this one you need to be very careful because the water point is in the middle of the house. That means this part here needs to be properly constructed, otherwise your house will leak. Now of course with this type of roof you also use parapet walls to cover up the areas, these sides, so that they are properly hidden. So this is how you can create your butterfly roof. What else do we need? What else do I think the last roof, I guess so, must be the last roof should be roof by extrusion. Roof by extrusion, you come to your architecture, you look for roof. So here you come to roof by extrusion. Roof by extrusion simply means you create your own style, like a roof that has an formal shapes, like you create something out of scratch other than the usual shapes. So it will ask you to pick a plane. I'll say okay, then I can just pick up here, which will pick for me the level 2 where the roof is. So I'll click OK. Now from here I can even use this spline to create a roof that is going up and down. So when I come here, I can create a roof like this, create a roof like this, create a roof like this, just like that. Now after creating this line, this spline line, you just click OK. It will be able to create for you a roof that looks like this. You see that? Now this is what they call roof by extrusion. These ones you can use them when you are creating a house that is a little bit circular, a house whose shapes are not definite. You use roof by extrusion to come up with those shapes that you want to achieve. So that is how you can really create roofs in Revit, and I believe you have learned a lot here, and I expect you to subscribe and share this with your friends so that they don't miss on this and learn something. And of course, we have full projects coming, and if there's anything that you really want to learn, please make sure you give us a comment. We shall be able to listen to you and also reply you. And I think that is it for the roofs. That should be it for the roofs, really. And I'll want to see you again in the next part of our project. And please make sure you do subscribe. And I want to see you again in the next time. Thank you so much.